This would be an awesome prank. I have a friend who does not like The Weeknd and his music. Like, he just thinks he's very repetitive and just does not like his music. He recently just got a girlfriend. I should totally tell him, hey, this is the best date night movie you can go with on your girlfriend. Go see it. I know The Weeknd's in it, but just go and see it. You'll have a great time. Hurry Up Tomorrow stars The Weeknd and is about an insomniac musician encounters a mysterious stranger leading to a journey that challenged everything he knows about himself. From director Trey Edward Shults, the man that brought you Waves and It Comes at Night, we are talking his brand new movie, Hurry Up Tomorrow. So I saw the trailer for this movie a few times, and honestly, every time I saw the trailer, I was like, what is this movie actually about? Because a lot of people that I know that know movies are like, oh, this is the new Weeknd movie. And no one knew like the actual title. They were just like, oh, it's The Weeknd's new movie. And I'm not a huge fan of The Weeknd. I like his music. I don't hate it or anything, but I'm not like a mega fan or anything. And so I went tonight and there was like a fan event type of premiere. And so before the movie started, there was a music video that came on of The Weeknd, and then after that went down, it popped up and said, Hurry Up Tomorrow, album out now. And I remember he had an album come out early this year, so this movie's title is the same as the album, and then in that moment, I was like, oh, is this movie like something really personal? I guess so, because this movie is not an ordinary movie, in my opinion. This is one of those movies where a musician makes music, and then he has the ability to make a movie and have it be really personal to him, and he releases it, and his fans are probably going to love this movie, I assume. And then the general audiences, and then me, are going to sit there and be like, this is visually great, but I don't get what's going on. Okay, so let's just get straight into the positives. First things first, like I said, it's visually amazing. Seriously, the cinematography and the coloring of this movie is just beautiful. The sound design, the sound mixing, the movie really does put you in the zone of The Weeknd, like when he does cocaine and he's drunk and he's stressed, and like the movie puts you in that zone and does a really good job at it. And I will say, for his music, this movie is his vibe. It's his album covers. It's that tone of like yellows and reds and blues and darks and weird shadows, and like it's the vibe of The Weeknd if you're a mega fan. And the director of this movie, I like the movie Waves. It Comes at Night is a movie I liked the one time I watched it, but I never want to watch it again. When it comes to this movie, he does a really good job visualizing, I'm assuming, what he wanted, what The Weeknd really wanted in this movie. And The Weeknd produced it, he wrote it, he helped with the music, obviously. The whole movie is his music, because he is playing himself. He is Abel. He is The Weeknd in this movie. Jenna Ortega's character, she is good in this movie, but she was a big question mark, because they go back and forth in the beginning of this movie with her character doing some things that is not very good, and then you go back to him, and then it leads to them finally meeting, and it takes like a full hour to get there. And like I said, visually, the movie's gorgeous. But besides that, I'm just a lost general audience fan, and I feel really bad, because I feel like if anyone who's watching this and is a big fan of The Weeknd, they're like, this was amazing. This was exactly what he was talking about with the album, I'm assuming. So this is my theory. The movie's got the same title of his recent album. I'm assuming there is something about the album and the music and something about him that has a connection to this movie. I'm assuming because it's the same title. But that feels like a huge, tiny spot for The Weeknd fans. General audiences, I saw 10 people walk out of my theater tonight. They got up and left and did not come back. And there were some people in this theater that really were enjoying the movie. I mean, truly, when I walked out, people, like, there was a group of girls who really enjoyed it, and one of them had a Weeknd shirt on, so, like, I could see the fans of The Weeknd really understood this movie. For me personally, I walk away saying, so the movie has an idea of his own music being his creation of what he's done in the past and how he builds his lyrics. Because there's literally like a 5-minute scene of Jenna Ortega singing The Weeknd's music to him and then explaining like what this song means to him and what did you do to create this lyrics. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm like, yeah, this is really good stuff. What was up with the elevator scene? What was up with all the snow and the random kid that I assume was him in the past? And there's so much visuals and so much in this movie that I just didn't get. I'm like, what does this mean? Because by the end of the movie, when it wraps up, I'm like, so what was the point? What happened? There is literally an hour of this movie where there's just a lot of music, not a lot of dialogue. Visually, it's just showing you stuff. And then as soon as Jenna Ortega and him meet, which was so rushed, there is no chemistry, like there's nothing. This movie is not your general movie storytelling. Like they just run into each other. She goes to his concert and they run into each other, and it just springs off from there. But when the hotel scene happens, when they actually have a dialogue, that's the one scene in the movie I was like, this feels like a movie. This scene right here feels like characters and a story is happening. Everything else in this movie just feels like visual flair. And I did see this director did direct a music video for The Weeknd, so I'm assuming there is some type of like connection between the both of them. They had a project, they had an idea, and they brought it to the big screen, and Lionsgate gave them the funding, which is all cool and all. But to me, I would not recommend this movie to any general audience fan. I would say, are you a fan of The Weeknd? Yes, go see it. If not, I thought it was boring. I thought it had no cohesive story. It wasn't interesting. Jenna Ortega's character gets somewhat character development, but really by the end of it, you're like, what was the point of you besides being this certain type of person without spoiling the movie? And again, it was visually good. Jenna Ortega is a very good actress. Barry Keoghan, he's in this movie too. Good acting. I thought The Weeknd was fine. Again, he's fine. But by the end of the movie, like, I checked my phone 3 times. I was waiting for this movie to end. I'm going to give Hurry Up Tomorrow a D+. So now you can go to the comments and get really mad at me and be like, you didn't understand. You don't get it. I don't. I think this movie is made for The Weeknd fans. So when everyone's like, oh, what is that new Weeknd movie called? I'm not going to remember it because honestly, I'm just going to call it what it is. It's The Weeknd movie. That's what it is. And if you are a fan of him and you want to see this, go see it. Come back. Tell me down below what it all meant, because damn, I never care to watch this again. But hey, if you liked it, good for you. Anyway, guys, you guys enjoyed this movie review. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.